This is Lance Williams, and this is My Nola, My Story on the Lower Ninth Ward. The Lower Ninth Ward is a neighborhood in New Orleans that my whole family is from. It's where I was raised for the first part of my childhood. The Lower Ninth Ward is the largest of the city's districts, the largest ward of the city's districts. The Ninth Ward is where I was raised by my grandmother, my mother, and my father, along with help from other siblings. New Orleans is a city that has taken in so much damage with arguably the worst hurricane and Hurricane Katrina, but is a city that is so rich in culture. The Northern Ninth Ward is recognized as one of the hardest areas as well as the culture areas in the city of New Orleans. My grandmother lived right on the corner of Treacle Street all her life, right in the heart of the Lower Ninth Ward. All by our house every day and every night. They'll have a second line celebrating either funerals or weddings, no matter the case. My house was 2 streets down from the levee when the water broke. The city has attempted to and is still attempting to shake back from Hurricane Katrina. Tennessee Street, when you come over the canal into the Lower Ninth Ward District, the first left on your left is Tennessee Street. That's where my old house is located. We still have our property and everything. Father still comes back to cut the grass. But it's not even 60% occupied as it was before Katrina. There's 2 lighthouses that stand on Douglas Street, the street that my uncle lives on by the levee, that are still standing to this day. They withstood Katrina. They were there before Katrina, and they're still there after Katrina. Um, the Holy Cross, the old Holy Cross building, the old Holy Cross High building still stands without being occupied. It withstood Katrina, but Katrina forced it to move Holy Cross High from the Lower Ninth Ward to Gentilly. So that relocated the high school. Other than that, there's many historic buildings that stand in the Ninth Ward. The Ninth Ward has many historic monuments, such as the Jackson Barracks. The Jackson Barracks military is where my mother spent a lot of her time serving. My mother served 8 years in the military. The Jackson Barracks in the Lower Ninth Ward is a military compound right down the road from Treacle Street, on the corner of Treacle Street where my grandmother lived. It's still standing, will forever be standing because, it's still active as a military compound. And the culture of the Ninth Ward will forever be present in today's New Orleans culture. The heart of New Orleans is the Ninth Ward. The Ninth Ward is a key spot for tourists to come view when they visit New Orleans to really grasp the feel of the New Orleans culture. And the Ninth Ward will forever and still is presenting New Orleans.